Hello everyone, it's time for another Terrific Tuesday card. My name is Sherry Minnie. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I live in the beautiful state of Colorado in a small rural town by the name of Keensburg. We're about 45 minutes northeast of Denver. So today I'm going to do a card featuring one of our new bundles from the new annual catalog, but I wanted to show you another card that I had a lot of fun making. This is our year for graduation cards and ceremonies, and so I made this cute little shaker card. They're lots of fun. I've never done one on a video because they do take a little bit of extra time, and I don't like my videos to get too long, but they are a fun little card, and you just put sequins in there. One of these days maybe I'll get fast enough that I can do one for you. So here's the card we're making. Again, we're going to be working with designer series paper. This is old retired papers that I used. This card I made into a kind of a little thank you or just a friend to let you know that you really do appreciate them. Today we're going to be making a happy birthday one. This one is in the boho blue color, one of the new in colors. This one I made into a happy birthday card, and we'll be doing the exact same card except in a different colorway. Today we're going to do Pebbled Path, which is kind of a gray, and I'll show you that in a moment. So the bundle we're using is called Timeless Arrangements, and if you do any YouTube video viewing of cards and so forth, this thing is all over everywhere. It's a really fun set, and the dies are just wonderful. So we're using this little set right here, and I think I'm not sure if I used any of the sayings from here, but they're all very nice. And then the dies, we're using several of the dies. So I'll show you that we're using this one here, and this all has to do with accenting your greeting on the front, and I'll show you that in a moment. We're going to use this little die to cut out our happy birthday greeting, and then we're also going to use this larger one that does the same thing as the small one. You'll see that when we get to that part. For the inside greeting, I used a birthday greeting from Cheerful Daisies. It's called Wishing You the Brightest Birthday. We'll be using designer series paper. This is the new in color packet of designer series papers. I think you get 4 of each sheet, but it has every color that we have this year. It's very pretty. And then this is on the back side. Different, bolder things on the back. And like I said, today we're using Pebbled Path. We're also going to be using the new in color dots. So we'll be using this one up here at the top. So to get started in your packet, and by the way, this is take number 2. For some reason, I was almost done with my other card and I lost my connection, and I couldn't figure out how to retrieve it. I'm sure you can, but I'm not that savvy with this stuff. So you'll have your card base in Pebbled Path, 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4 as usual. You will have 2 pieces of black. This is 3 5/8 by 4 7/8, and this is going to be on the front of our card. I had to write down the measurements because I have all these 8s and I don't remember them well. And then for the inside, we're going to back our greeting on the inside, and this is 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. We'll have a small piece of black for your greeting. You'll have a scrap of white and another scrap of the gray for cutting out dies. You'll have a little bow out of linen thread. You will have a piece of designer series paper, and now I forgot to write the measurements on this. So this is 3.5, 3.5 by 4 3/4, and then the corresponding piece is 1 inch by 4 3/4. And then for the inside piece, you have a basic white 3 3/4 by 5. So we're going to start off by getting our stamping done. And we are going to do our inside greeting first. We will, I don't think I showed you. The inks we're using is Pebbled Path. That's what we're going to use right now. And we're also going to be using Versamark for our embossing. And I did not bring the embossing powder over here, but that's okay. So here we go. This is the inside piece. And we're just going to stamp this on the top. so. And then just to give it a little bit of a detail, we're going to take this little image. This is also from the Timeless. Oh, I don't have all of the Timeless arrangements. We're going to stamp it in the corner. We're going to stamp off. Again, we're not re-inking at all. We're just going to continue to stamp and get a nice little arrangement there. We'll also do the same thing on our envelope front. So stamp, stamp, stamp. Okay. Minimal stamping on this card. I think that's it for the gray. Now for our white, we have, what we're going to do first of all is, let me run over and I'll get the embossing powder real quick. Okay, so I think I showed you, this is our little embossing buddy that keeps the control of the embossing powder. Hopefully you won't go all over, and if you have any fingerprints or anything on here, it'll help with that too. So we'll take our first mark, which is what you use for embossing. We will take our stamp, which just says happy birthday, ink it up. This is a very sticky kind of ink, and we'll put it down in the middle. Just let it sit there for a second while I put my lid on. Now you're not going to be able to see a thing on this until I put the powder on it. And after you put the powder on it, you hit it with the heat tool. I did not bring that over here just because it's so noisy, and my phone doesn't have the capability of muting the sound. So that's what it's going to look like. You'll hit it with the tool, heating tool, and it'll get real shiny and pretty, and you'll end up with something like this, which whoops, didn't mean to do that, which I have already embossed with the heat tool, but you get a nice shiny piece like that I now have embossing powder all over. Okay, that's it for the stamping. So first of all, we're going to get our silicone mat out. I'm going to take this smaller piece of the designer series paper, put some glue on the back of it. And on this one, we're going to line it up right along the edge, top, bottom, and side. Usually I just butt it right up to it, but this one I decided to do this way. I did kind of have this idea in my head anyway, and then I saw a video on Klompenstampers, and this is exactly how she did it. And so this is kind of based a little bit on hers too. All right, so then we're going to take our smaller piece of basic black, and we're going to put this piece right on there, tiny little border. So again, I'm going to use my green cap glue so that I can wiggle it around, because I very rarely get it put down right the first time, especially when there's a little tiny border. And try to have a little black showing on all four sides. Okay, there we go. And then this will go on the front, but on this we can actually use our stamp and seal. Card comes together very quickly, and it's one that you could make for any occasion. So how is all the weather in all your area? We have had, my husband just went out and figured out, in the month of May we have had about 6.5 inches of rain, which for us is unusual in 1 month. Usually that's about all we get in one whole year. It's to the point now the ground is so soaked up that it's actually kind of washing some of his crops out. So, Colorado, feast or famine. You have too much or you don't have enough. So, all right, there's that. Now we're going to take our embossed greeting that we did, and we're going to put our little embellished pieces on it. So what's nice about this is it has this little area here, and what you do is you put your glue on the front side, and then you just put it along wherever you want. You can raise it up. I'm going to put mine right along the top. Let me see, I have a little Chad that didn't come out. So there we go. Get that out. So since I'm putting this on the top, I need to put my glue. Let me get my pad out here because I will make a mess. I need to put my glue along the top edge here. I love this whole set. Especially love the dies. I've been working with it quite a bit. Okay, turn it over. Kind of blot it if I can find my blotter, so I don't have too much excess glue going on. All right, now the white one, I'm going to just do it a little bit differently. I'm going to move it over from the corner because I want more of my white pieces to show. So I'm thinking I'll do it maybe kind of like that. Let's look at it from the front and see what we think. Move it over just a wee bit. Okay, and that's really nice because you can do this if you just have little tiny pieces, but you have to cut them out and glue them all on. This way it's all one thing and it's done. So it's really very fun. We're going to pop this up on the front. This card is quick and simple, and like I said, can be used. You could put any kind of greeting on the front, any colorway, any kind of designer series paper that you have. Next week is a very big week for us. We have Vacation Bible School at our church, and I work in the kitchen doing snacks for all the kids, and we usually average around 100 kids, and then we feed all the workers. So it's quite a big undertaking, but super fun, and the kids are so much fun. Okay, now we're going to just put a few of our pretty embellishments on. I'll put one of the bigger ones up here. These come in graduated sizes, a large, a medium, and a small. And I think I'll put one down here and nestle a little one up here amongst the foliage. And then the only other thing we have left to do is to put on our little bow. So what I do, take a glue dot, take your pokey tool and kind of fold it over and make it smaller, because all you have to attach with is the knot. Put it on the back of your knot. Pull it off your finger if you can. And we will stick it right up here in the corner. And then we have to put our inside greeting on. So again, we're going to take our green cap glue. I should have done this when I was doing the other one, but I forgot. Did y'all have a good Memorial Day? We're not travelers, and we don't do much. So we had a couple of different graduation things to do. And yesterday on Monday, we just stayed at the house and actually got quite a few things done. Okay. Now we'll put this on the inside, and we have a nice border on this, so I'm just going to use my Stampin' Seal. And we will put this down on the inside, like so. There is our card, and the only thing we have left to do on our envelope is to put our paper on our envelope, and which has seemed to disappear on me. Oh, I know why. No, I guess I didn't. I didn't get that far on the last one. I was thinking I'd used it on the first one. Maybe I did. Anyway, you know how we usually put a piece of, we will put this piece of designer series paper on the flap of our envelope. So that's it for today. Thank you again for taking the time to watch this. I so appreciate it. If anybody hasn't subscribed, or if you have someone you think might like my videos and invite them to subscribe, I'd be forever thankful. it's hard to get viewers, especially for someone that's small like me, and I only do one a week usually if I'm lucky. Last week I didn't make it. Hopefully I will make it next week. We do have VBS, but I'm going to try and get one video done over the weekend so I can upload it and have it out to you anyway, because I like to stay on track. So have a wonderful rest of your day or evening whenever you're choosing to watch this. And again, thank you so much for spending a bit of your time. May God bless each and every one of you, and I'll see you real soon. Bye-bye.